Looks like there's rain up ahead, like there's a crack in the heavens. Feels like my day could be turning, like I can tell that my luck's gonna change. If you could see me now, I'd probably let you down, but that's enough for me. You got me begging, baby. Looks like I'm on my knees again. Feels like the walls are closing in. Looks like I'm on my knees again. Looks like the tables have turned, like there's a change in the weather. Feels like my time is returning, like I'm about to get out of this cage. If you could see me now, I'd probably let you down, but that's enough for me. You got me begging, baby. Looks like I'm on my knees again. Feels like the walls are closing in. Looks like I'm on my knees again. 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 Looks like I'm Looks like I'm on my knees again. Feels like the walls are closing in. Looks like I'm on my knees again. 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 Looks like I'm on my knees.
Shadows fall over my heart. I black out the moon. I wait for you to come around. You got me dancing in the dark. I've closed my eyes, but I won't sleep tonight. Baby, you should come with me. I'll take you to the dark side. Me and you It's the only way alive. It's black holes pulling me inside of this black heart, the black soul underneath this black sky. Baby, you should come with me. I'll take you to the dark side. Me and you and me, do bad things in the nighttime. Baby, you should come with me, and we can kill a light. It's the light for the blackout, blackout. It's the light for the blackout, blackout. Oh. Blackbird, black moon, black sky, black light, black everything, black, black heart, black keys, black diamonds, blackout, black everything, black, black everything, everything, all black, everything, everything, all black, everything, everything, all black, everything, everything, black. Baby, you should come with me. Me and you and me. Baby, you should come with me, and we can kill a light. Hit the light for the blackout, blackout. Hit the light for the blackout, blackout. Blackbird, black moon, black sky, black light, black everything, black, black heart, black keys, black diamonds, blackout, black everything, black, black everything, everything, all black, everything, everything, all black, everything, everything, all black, everything, everything, black.
Alright, what's up everyone? Hope you're having a good evening tonight. Alright, so let's take a look at the total crypto market cap and get the night started. Okay, so bearish momentum continues to get weaker on the MACD for the weekly chart. Stochastic is still slightly crossed bearish. The RSI is coming back up around neutral territory, which is what we want to be seeing here. And I'm liking the consolidation that we're seeing on the candles here right now. Bullish momentum continues to build on the daily. MACD shows bulls still crossed bullish on the stochastic. We're around the bullish control zone on the RSI. And just looking like we got some consolidation here on the candles after we bounced off that fib level. And hope you're having a good night tonight, Norm. And everyone else watching the stream tonight. Okay, 1 hour bearish momentum continues to get weaker. That's really nice there. We do got a little bearish cross on the stochastic here, but the RSI is pretty well just close to perfect neutral. And just consolidation going on the candles here. So that's not really surprising at all after the rally that we just seen on the total crypto market cap and just getting a little bounce off of the fib level here. So it's definitely looking alright. Going to wait to see if we get another run up, and if so, it's going to be looking absolutely amazing for all of the cryptos. Well, most of the cryptos at least. Alright, so let's see how Bitcoin's looking tonight. So weekly bearish momentum is getting weaker. Stochastic's coiled up like it's attempting to decide what to do here. RSI is pretty well around the neutral zone. And Bitcoin is actually attempting to bullishly engulf on the weekly, which is very significant. Daily bullish momentum continues to grow, still cross bullish on the stochastic, bullish control zone on the RSI. And I'm really liking the looks of the candles here, just showing some consolidation after the nice run up we had. Nice clean break of the fib level, rallied up. So ideally what we would like to see is for Bitcoin to break above, well, let's see, about 46,000 US roughly here. If we see a higher high above this level, and maybe another higher low above anything above 34,300 is looking great for Bitcoin. Ideally, I would like to see around 39,550 for a higher low. That would be more of a confirmation, as it'd be bouncing off the fib level. And if we get both the higher high and higher low, it's looking very likely that we just bottomed on the crypto market here, and we're going to get a nice blow off top to finish the cycle. And I also really like the way that we had an inverse head and shoulders, bullish divergence. Yeah, 4-hour inverse head and shoulders here. Bullish divergence on the RSI before we started to rally up. Yeah, so nice bullish divergence here before it started to rally, and inverse head and shoulders. There was lots of bullish momentum on that rally, and a very nice bullish cross on the stochastic that brought us up here. And now we're just consolidating at this area while the market decides what to do. Tiny bit of bearish momentum here on the 4-hour, but not enough to really talk about yet. On the 1-hour, I really just see a bunch of consolidation. We did have some bearish divergence on the 1-hour RSI right here. So the candles were trending up. RSI went from a higher high to a lower high. But now the RSI just came down to around a perfect neutral 50. So if Bitcoin really wants to, it could just attempt to start to rally again from these levels, which is definitely what we want to be seeing here. So yeah, overall I'm really liking the looks of Bitcoin, and the total market cap is looking pretty nice as well. If we see that final confirmation of a reversal where we get a clean break above the $46,000 level, and I'd like to see a higher low above the 0.5 fib level, 39,510, it's looking absolutely amazing for Bitcoin for the next couple of months. And very likely that we'll see a blow off top to finish the cycle at that point as well. Alright, so let's see how Ethereum is looking. Bearish momentum continues to get weaker, bearish cross on the stochastic. RSI starting to get up around neutral, and we're just consolidating on the candle here for the weekly so far. Bullish momentum building on the daily, bullish cross on the stochastic. Getting pretty close to bullish control zone on the RSI, and just looks like we got some consolidation going on here. And for Ethereum, we also had some nice bullish divergence as well on the RSI before it started to rally. So the candles were trending down, RSI went from a low to a higher low, so that would be a bullish divergence, inverse head and shoulders here, and then it just made a nice little rally here. So I'd like to see Ethereum break up above 3,300, and that'll be showing a lot of strength if we get a higher high above there. And as long as we get a higher low above this shoulder here, 2,558, still looking great for Ethereum. And really just looks like consolidation going on here. Same thing we see on Bitcoin. There was some 1 hour bearish divergence here. So candles were trending up. The RSI went from a high to a lower high, bearish divergence. And then after that, the RSI just pulled back to around neutral. So same thing as Bitcoin. If Ethereum really wants to and the total crypto market cap starts going, it's looking like Ethereum definitely has some gas in it to make another attempt at a rally here. Yeah, I think Bitcoin's still looking a little nicer, but I am starting to really like the looks of Ethereum, especially if we do get that higher high and higher low soon. Yeah, if there's anything you guys want me to check out for you tonight, just let me know, and once I'm done checking out the regulars, I'll start to hop on the charts for you guys. Okay, so XRP, bearish momentum continues to get weaker. Bullish cross on the stochastic, pretty close to neutral zone on the RSI, and just some consolidation going on the weekly candles here. On the daily, I'm really liking the looks of the MACD. Significant bearish momentum getting weaker here. Bullish cross on the stochastic, still neutral on the RSI, so if it does decide to run, there's definitely still a lot of room to run to the upside. And I'm just seeing some consolidation going on the candles here. 4 hour, tiny bit of bearish momentum building, bearish cross on the stochastic. There was also an inverse head and shoulders here on XRP, and bullish divergence before it started to rally. Alright, so let's see how the 1 hour is looking. Tiny bit of bearish momentum, but still nothing really to talk about there. Stochastic is crossed bearish, and the RSI is at the lower end of the neutral zone. And I'm just seeing a lot of consolidation going on the candles here. Yeah, XRP could be looking slightly better, but honestly it's almost looking like we got a big pennant going on here. Yeah, so if we're going by a big pennant here, which that's actually what it's looking like right now. Let's see. So it's looking like around the middle of June will likely be at the latest that we'll see a nice breakout on this asset. But if we do see total crypto market cap run, it could also break out before that. But yeah, this is actually a really nice looking chart right here, now that I see a big pennant that's being printed out here. So it looks like we're just going to start to bounce around in a tighter range here until it really decides which direction that it wants to break. And if we see what happened back in 2017, we kind of got something similar. Got a pennant shape going on right here. And once it finally broke out of that, it just went absolutely vertical from around 25 cents to $3.30. So if we see any sort of price action similar to what we had back in 2017 on this asset, the upside potential is astronomical on this, and could happen very quickly as well. Yeah, it was only about around a month that it had taken for XRP to go from 25 cents to $3.30. So yeah, let's just keep an eye on this pennant over the coming weeks and see how this all plays out. I am really liking the looks of the shape on this right here. Very nice pennant going on right now. Yeah, and if we do end up respecting this inverse head and shoulders pattern and it starts to rally further, it's very possible that we'll see a break on this pennant sooner than later as well. Alright, now let's see how Dogecoin's looking. Bear's continuing to lose momentum here. Stochastic's coiling up like it's attempting to decide what to do. The RSI is more around the bearish control zone. And I'm liking the looks of the candles though. We're just consolidating currently on the weekly. Really liking the looks of the daily. Bullish momentum building. First 2 days of bullish momentum since February 17th. Bullish cross on the stochastic. Just around the lower end of the neutral zone on the RSI. And we got a little bit of consolidation going on here on the candles currently. And I also like the way that we had some bullish daily divergence right here. So you could see that the candles were trending down, but the RSI went from a low to a higher low. And we had not gotten overbought since we formed this daily bullish divergence. Yeah, we did come slightly down around the oversold territory, but still starting to look nice on this asset, especially with the bullish cross and the bullish momentum building here. 4 hour bulls losing momentum, bearish cross on the stochastic, more around the bullish control zone on the RSI, and I'm just seeing a lot of consolidation going on right here on the candles currently. If the total crypto market cap runs, this is looking more likely to rally, but this is going to depend quite heavily on what happens with the total crypto market cap. I absolutely love the accumulation zone that we're at on Doge though. Absolutely amazing upside potential. It's over 5x to previous all-time highs. And if we shoot for new all-time highs, which I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if we see the blow off top on Bitcoin for the cycle, or at least the total crypto market, it's looking like we could even potentially see a 10x on Dogecoin. Typically I like to accumulate an asset if there's at least a 5x profit potential on it to the previous all-time highs. So anything around that 15-cent zone on Dogecoin is a great accumulation zone, especially since we're under the fib levels right now. Alright, Shiba Inu, the other dog coin. The weekly bears are losing momentum, stochastic's coiled up like it's attempting to decide what to do. RSI's around the neutral zone, lower end of the neutral zone. And I just see some consolidation going on the candles there. I'm liking the looks of the daily though. It's looking like we're very close to seeing some bullish momentum beginning to build. Bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and it actually looks like we have a little bull flag going on right here on the daily as well. So really liking the looks of that. On the 4 hour, a little bit of bearish momentum with a bearish cross on the stochastic. We were just overbought on the RSI, but now we're at the upper end of the neutral zone. And it just looks like there's some consolidation going on the candles right now. So maybe we'll see a tiny pullback, but it's starting to look more bullish than bearish to me currently. And I do like the risk-reward ratio on this. It's not a 5x to previous all-time highs like I would typically look for, but I believe it's still about a 3.5x to previous all-time highs, so that's definitely still nice. Alright, so let's see how gold and silver are looking. Alright, gold. Weekly bullish momentum building. Cross bullish on the stochastic. Still got a bit of room on the RSI and the weekly to run, and we're bullishly engulfing currently. And as I've been saying the past few days, once we got this break above the previous high we've seen here, there's really not much for resistance on gold right now. So if we do see a break above the previous all-time highs and go into price discovery mode, which would be $2,076 an ounce on gold for the previous all-time high, I wouldn't be surprised if we see $3,000 to $5,000 an ounce on gold personally, especially with everything going on worldwide. As we start to see tougher sanctions on countries like Russia, they're going to be looking for alternatives to the US dollar. So they could be accumulating gold heavily, which I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever, and the country in general starting to adopt cryptocurrency a lot heavier, which is great for crypto. Great for crypto's price action, at least. It could lead to some interesting sanctions, but we'll have to see how that plays out in the coming months. Okay, so on the daily for gold, bulls losing a bit of momentum, bullish cross on the stochastic. Looking like, depending on if you're counting the wick or not, kind of has some daily bearish divergence there, but I'm just seeing some consolidation going on here on the candles for the daily. Yeah, 4 hours looking pretty nice. Just came down to around the neutral zone. It looks like it's attempting to hold here and rally. Bullish momentum is getting weaker, and we got a bearish cross on the stochastic though. So let's take a look at the smaller time frames. Yeah, the 1 hour I like the looks of as well. Bears losing momentum, bullish cross on the stoch, neutral on the RSI, and we're just consolidating here. So smaller time frames might be a little bumpy on the way up, especially whenever you go for a new all-time high on an asset, but honestly, gold on the larger time frames is looking much more bullish than bearish to me right now. Really loving the looks of gold. So let's see how silver's looking as well. Bullish momentum is building on the MACD, bullish cross on the stochastic, bullish control zone on the RSI, and bullish engulfing on the candles here. So that's looking great. Bullish momentum continues to build on the MACD, bullish cross on the stochastic. We are slightly overbought on the RSI, and we're just consolidating right now. Bullish momentum getting weaker on the 4 hour, still cross bullish on the stochastic though. And we were slightly overbought on the RSI and pulled back a little now and just flattening out. So it looks like it's tempting to decide what to do here and making an attempt at bullishly engulfing here, so that's what we want to be seeing there. On the 1 hour, bears gaining a tiny bit of momentum, bearish cross on the stochastic. RSI is around the neutral zone, and we got a little bearish engulfing here, but it looks like it's just consolidating really for now. So same thing as gold. I wouldn't be surprised if on the smaller time frames we see a little turbulence on the way up, but this is definitely looking more likely to run. It's looking far more bullish right now. I'm loving the looks of the double bottom that we got here on the daily chart. Yeah, daily bullish divergence as well. So between a double bottom and daily bullish divergence, bullish momentum building, and bullish cross on the stochastic, this really just looks ready to run if it wants to make an attempt at a rally. So if we see gold continue to rally, silver is very likely to get a nice rally with it as well. So I'm really loving the looks of precious metals currently. And I'm going to take a look at something that I don't typically look at on the streams. We are going to take a look at the fertilizer prices.
It's not so long ago that the sound hit the nation. Every Saturday
So the price of fertilizer was generally around a $70 to $100 range for the past several years. And just since, let's see, since April of last year, we've currently seen the price of fertilizer double. So that's not really going to be great whatsoever when it comes to the price of food. So between the fertilizer prices, and I'll also bring up the oil prices, we could really see a big sharp increase in the price of food in the coming months. Yeah, that's a very sharp increase. So we've actually seen the price of oil go down negative last year, which was never seen in history before. So that was good for the time being. Or actually that was 2020, so a little over a year ago now. And ever since then it's just been on quite the incline in price. So whenever you look at both the price of oil and the price of fertilizer, oil, that would come towards transportation, which will affect the prices, and fertilizer will directly affect the price of groceries. So between both the fertilizer and oil price increases, it's looking very likely that we're going to see some sharp increases in the already crazy prices of groceries. So that's just something to keep a little eye on and pay attention to in the coming months. Alright, so let's see how the US stock market's looking today. Dow Jones, the MACD shows bears still gaining momentum, bearish cross on the stochastic. RSI's kind of flattening out, like it's attempting to come out to the neutral zone, and we're just consolidating here on the candles. On the daily, I'm liking the looks of that. We actually have a little attempt at bullishly engulfing. RSI is getting up around neutral, bullish cross on the stochastic, and the bears are losing momentum. Bullish momentum building on the 4-hour, bullish cross on the stochastic, bullish control zone on the RSI. And we just got a little bit of consolidation going on the candles right now. Yeah, consolidation on the 1-hour as well. We were slightly overbought on the RSI, now it's just kind of flattening out here. Stochastic is cross bearish currently, but coiling up, and the bulls are losing a bit of momentum. So maybe on the smaller time frames it's possible we see a bit of a little pullback, but it is starting to look a lot nicer than it did on the Dow Jones, and I'm also really liking the way that we just came down and wicked off of the 236 fib level, and then made an attempt at bouncing from there. Yeah, and we also have some daily bullish divergence as well here. RSI went from a low to a higher low, meanwhile the candles were trending down. That would be a daily bullish divergence. Bears losing momentum and bullish cross on the stochastic with the bullish engulfing. It's definitely looking like there's a potential reversal on the horizon for stocks, so I'll be keeping an eye on that over the next few days. Alright, so let's see how the Nasdaq is looking. Bearish momentum getting weaker on the weekly. Nice consolidation after a wick down to the 236 fib level. RSI is kind of starting to point up a little, like it's attempting to get around the neutral zone. Bullish momentum building on the daily, bullish cross on the stochastic, daily bullish divergence, and currently bullishly engulfing on the candles. 4-hour bullish momentum building, bullish cross on the stochastic, around the bullish control zone on the RSI. And we actually have a little inverse head and shoulders here on the Nasdaq 4-hour. So the Nasdaq is actually looking quite nice for a potential reversal as well. I'm liking the looks of both the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq much more than I was over the past probably 2-3 weeks. So let's take a look at the last stock index, the S&P 500. Bearish momentum is starting to flatten out on the weekly for the Nasdaq. We are still crossed bearish on the stochastic, but the RSI is starting to come back up around neutral zone. We did not wick off the 236 like we did on the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones, so that's the only thing I don't like as much about the S&P 500, but if we see the other two stock indexes rally, it's fairly likely we'll see the S&P 500 run as well. Bullish momentum building for the first time since the 17th on the MACD. Stochastics crossed bullish, daily bullish divergence, and bullish engulfing. So the S&P is definitely looking ready for a potential reversal as well, same with the other two stock indexes. Bullish momentum building on the 4-hour, bullish cross on the stochastic, RSIs around the bullish control zone, and we're just kind of consolidating here. And we also have inverse head and shoulders here as well. So yeah, between the inverse head and shoulders, bullish momentum building, bullish cross on the stochastic, and the daily bullish divergence, definitely looking ready for a potential reversal as well. So we'll see how this plays out over the next few days and see if that manifests into anything nice. I'm thinking if we do get one more rally up for stocks, we'll likely get one huge melt up, and then from there we could be in for a very significant pullback on the stock indexes and the stock market in general. So I'll be paying attention to that. If we do get a rally up from here, I'll be keeping an eye out for signs of a potential huge dump basically from there. Yeah, just for example, you can see here how we have some monthly bearish divergence going on. So the RSI goes from a high, lower high, another lower high on the monthly. Meanwhile, the candles have just been trending up this whole time. So if we do see this manifest into a dump, it's definitely not going to be looking the greatest. I'll actually take a look at the Russian bank just to see how that looked in comparison. Okay, so it looked like it just double topped. We didn't really have significant monthly bearish divergence on Sberbank. And let's see how the ruble is looking before its crash. Yeah, not really too much similarities to that either. I was just curious to see if there was any basically similar signs to a huge crash to what happened with Russia to the US stock market. So just based off of this monthly bearish divergence, bearish cross on the stochastic here, bearish momentum building, it definitely could be looking better for the US stock indexes right now, which this is basically the US stock market in general when we look at these indexes. Okay, so let's take a look at my favorite DeFi 1.0 protocol, VVS Finance. Really loving the looks of the MACD on the 4-hour. Let's see how the daily's looking first. Oh yeah, I'm loving the looks of the daily as well. Bears losing significant momentum here, so it's looking like we're very close to some bullish momentum beginning to show. Bullish cross on the stochastic. RSI is still around the bearish control zone, but we're just consolidating on the candles. Bullish momentum is attempting to build on the 4-hour, but stochastic is still cross bearish here. 4-hour bullish divergence though, and we didn't get overbought yet. And just some more consolidation on the candles, so it's looking like it's at least attempting to hold this level and potentially reverse here. A very, very tiny bullish momentum on the 1-hour building, bullish cross on the stochastic, a little bullish engulfing here. And we're starting to get closer to some bullish control zone, but we are still neutral on the RSI for now. So I'm going to wait for a little bit more information to develop on this asset before we get too bullish, but it is starting to have signs of a potential reversal at these levels. And just based off of where we are currently, phenomenal accumulation zone. So the previous all-time high was over a 15x from where we are right now. So if we do end up seeing those previous all-time highs this cycle, phenomenal risk-reward ratio and just the fundamentals of this asset, really great, as this is Crypto.com's DeFi chain would be Kronos, and this would be Kronos's DeFi 1.0 farming coin basically. You use this to farm any of the coins that they add to the Kronos blockchain. So you really don't even need to sell this asset if it starts to get a nice rally to make money on it, as you can just use it for passive income at that point. So this is definitely one of my favorite looking charts right now, and I'm accumulating quite a lot of EVS at these levels personally. Alright, so let's see how Thor is looking. Daily bullish momentum continues to grow. Stochastic's coiling up like it's attempting to decide what to do. A tiny bit of bullish divergence here, very tiny. And we're just consolidating on the candles right now. Tiny bit of bearish momentum building on the 4 hour. Bearish cross on the stochastic. I'm just seeing consolidation going on here, and we're getting closer to the neutral zone on the RSI. 1 hour bears losing momentum, bearish cross on the stoke. More around the bearish control zone still on the RSI, but wouldn't take much, one tiny pump and that'll be neutral again. And still just seeing some consolidation going on the candles currently. So it's starting to show a few signs of potential reversal, but I definitely want to see more information develop on this asset before I'll be bullish on this. Power, bearish momentum getting weaker, bullish cross on the stochastic on the daily. Still around the bearish control zone on the RSI, and I'm just seeing consolidation going on here on the daily candles. 4 hour bullish momentum getting weaker, bearish cross on the stochastic. RSI is still neutral, but we're bearishly engulfing a little bit, but kind of look more like consolidation for now, as it's just bouncing around in a little range here. 1 hour bearish momentum building, bearish cross on the stochastic. RSI is getting more around the bearish control zone, and we're bearishly engulfing on the candles here. Yeah, power could be looking a bit better. I'm going to wait to see if we see some bullish momentum beginning to manifest here in the next few days, and maybe we'll start to see more signs of reversal at that point. But same thing as Thor, I'm going to wait for more information to develop on this asset before I get bullish on it. Alright, and if you're watching this, this one's for you, Jesse. Alright, milk. We actually have the first bullish cross on the stochastic, or it's at least attempting to cross bullish since this asset was created. Not really much information to go by on the RSI, more around bearish control zone, but I'm liking the looks of the candles so far here. We finally got a nice little pump on the daily here for the first time since the 17th of February. Just looking like consolidation going on the candles right there on the daily. It's almost looking like we got a tiny bull flag going on here. Bullish momentum is getting a bit weaker though, bearish cross on the stochastic, and the RSI is more around the bearish control zone. 1 hour bearish momentum continues to build, cross bearish on the stoke. RSI is around neutral, and just very slow bearish engulfing, slow climb down right now. The 15 minute, yeah, I'm not going to go that low. So it's starting to look alright. I'm going to wait for a little more information to develop on this asset before I'd say it really looks too bullish, but I'm at least liking the looks of this candle right here. It's starting to show a little bit of signs of life. So we'll see if we see some bullish indication develop in the next few days, and maybe this will break to the upside. If we see this bull flag here break to the upside, it's going to start to be looking nicer on milk at that point. Alright, so let's see how Alliance Block is looking tonight. This is one that was actually looking really nice the other day. Bearish momentum getting weaker, attempting to cross bullish on the stochastic. It's pretty close to oversold on the RSI, and looking like it's starting to flatten out a little to the upside here. MACD show, or the candle shows consolidation going on here. Liking the looks of the daily, bullish momentum building, bullish cross on the stoke. Slightly around that bearish control zone on the RSI, but pretty close to neutral. And we're just consolidating right now on the daily candles here. Bullish momentum getting weaker, bearish cross on the stochastic, and we were just slightly overbought, but I'm really liking the looks of the 4-hour bullish divergence and the inverse head and shoulders. Now, looks like we just got a very tiny bull flag going on right here as well. And 1 hour bearish momentum growing. Stochastics cross bullish but coiling up. And very slightly around that bullish control zone here. Yeah, this is starting to look more bullish than bearish to me, like I was saying the other day. I am liking the looks of it, especially if we see some more bullish momentum build. And one little pump is all it'll really take to get this asset rolling. So yeah, I'm really liking the looks of Alliance Block right now, especially if the total crypto market cap runs. I could see this getting a nice rally to the upside. The risk reward on this asset is also great. This is what I typically aim for, as I was saying, is at least a 5x to previous all-time highs. So if we're under 30 cents currently, and 1.5 is the current previous all-time high, that'd be slightly over 5x right there. So really liking this accumulation zone as well, especially with the signs of a potential reversal going on right now. Yeah, is there anything that you guys want me to check out for you tonight? I'll check out a couple of more assets, then call it a night, I think. Alright, Hex. Weekly bearish momentum growing, bearish cross on the stochastic, bearish control zone on the RSI, and we're bearishly engulfing on the weekly, so that's not looking that great. Bearish momentum growing on the daily, bearish cross on the stochastic, bearish engulfing on the candles here. Yeah, sounds good. Normal. Take a look at XLM right as soon as I'm done with Hex here. 4 hour bearish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is bearish, but starting to coil up like it's attempting to maybe cross bullish soon, which that's very typical under this 20 zone. RSI is quite oversold, and we are attempting to bearishly engulf on the 4 hour though. 1 hour bullish momentum very slightly building. Stoke's coiling up like it's attempting to decide what to do. Slightly oversold on the RSI, but we are attempting to bearishly engulf. So currently Hex is looking more bearish than bullish to me. But if we could hold this basically 12.1 cent level, it'll be looking potentially alright at that point, but for now it is looking more bearish than bullish. Alright, XLM. On the weekly, bears are losing a bit of momentum, but the stochastic is still crossed bearish. I believe we actually have, yeah, some very slight bullish divergence on the weekly. So that's looking nice right there. Bullish momentum building on the MACD on the daily, bullish cross on the stochastic. Oh yeah, daily bullish divergence as well. So we go from a low to a lower low, but on the RSI we go from a low to a higher low. So bullish divergence here on the daily. Bullish momentum building on the MACD, bullish cross on the stochastic, and we're just consolidating, just hugging that fib level there. 4 hour bearish momentum growing, bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and I'm just seeing consolidation going on the candles, attempting to bearishly engulf, but still just consolidating for now. The 1 hour it is attempting to bearishly engulf though. A little bit of bearish momentum and bearish cross on the stochastic. So it is potential that we see a minor pullback as long as we hold above 17.75 cents. Still going to be looking really nice for this asset, as that would be the right shoulder of the inverse head and shoulders we have here. So, bullish divergence, inverse head and shoulders, bearish momentum and bearish cross on the stochastic though. So probably going to just wait for the other oscillators to basically cool off a little bit, and we'll see if we get a drop below this shoulder here. And if we don't drop below this shoulder and start to show signs of continuing to the upside, it's going to be looking absolutely great for XLM. And I also really like the previous all-time highs on this asset. It's slightly over a 5x to previous all-time highs if I'm correct. Yeah, we're under 20. Previous all-time highs was $1 and I believe that's 5 cents. So yeah, it's starting to show signs of a potential reversal and a 5x to previous all-time highs, so definitely a nice accumulation zone, as you know typically, or many of you know at least. Once we get under the 618 is when I will begin to accumulate an asset I'm bullish on, but if we get down to the 786 and lower, that's when I'll start to pick up my heavy bags. So XLM is definitely looking really nice to accumulate currently, and starting to show signs of a potential reversal to the upside. Anything else that you guys want me to check out for you before I call it a night? Alright, Quant. Bearish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is very slightly crossed bearish. I just see some consolidation going on the candles here right now. Daily, bullish momentum growing. Bullish cross on the stochastic. Consolidation on the candles. And the RSI is just around neutral currently. Oh, and we actually have a inverse head and shoulders going on here as well. Alright, so 4 hour bullish divergence, inverse head and shoulders. So we go from a low to a lower low on the candles, but the RSI goes from a low to a higher low. the inverse head and shoulders, bullish momentum is getting weaker, and we're cross bearish on the stochastic here. But we're really just consolidating right now at these levels, attempting to hold. 1 hour bearish momentum attempting to build, just very slightly cross bearish, coiling up like it's really attempting to decide what to do. And looking like we're just, the RSI is almost coiled up into a bit of a pennant here. And just showing a lot of consolidation at these levels. So it's really just looking like Quant's attempting to decide what to do for its next move. I'm assuming this will depend on what happens with the total crypto market cap. If we see the total crypto market cap run, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if we see a very nice rally on this asset. But if it pulls back, as long as we hold above $102.10, the inverse head and shoulders will not be invalidated. So this could play out into a nice rally, especially if we start to see some bullish momentum coming back in here. Yeah, if there's nothing that you guys want me to check out anymore tonight, I'll probably take a look at 1 or 2 more assets and then call it a night here. Alright, Casper Labs. Bearish engulfing on the weekly candle, bullish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is coiled up but still crossed bearish. The first day of bullish momentum since February 21st. Bullish cross on the stochastic. RSI is more around the bearish control zone, but we just got some consolidation going on here on the daily candle. 4 hour bulls losing momentum, bearish cross on the stochastic. RSI is neutral at least, and a lot of consolidation going on here on the candles. It's looking like there's a lot of buys going on at this zone because it just keeps wicking down to here and then it bounces right back up. So it's looking like this is a potential pretty solid floor basically. I'm starting to like the looks of that for sure. Let's see how it looks on the smaller time frames. Yeah, same thing. There's just a whole lot of wicks going on up below 7.25 cents. So that's just showing that there's a lot of buys here. As soon as it gets a little dip below here, the buys just come in and the price goes right back up. So it's showing quite a lot of accumulation going on here. So I'm liking the looks of that. Definitely want to wait for some more information to develop on this asset, but it is starting to look a bit nicer at this point, especially with the daily bullish momentum building and that bullish cross on the stochastic. Okay, I'll check out one more NAS protocol, and I think I'll call it a night. Alright, so let's see how Polar's looking. Daily bearish momentum getting weaker, bullish cross on the stochastic. A lot of consolidation on the candles at these levels. Bullish momentum's getting slightly weaker on the 4 hour. Stochastic's coiling up like it's attempting to decide what to do. And just a lot of consolidation going on here. It looks like $2 is a pretty solid floor so far on this asset, a very nice support level. 1 hour. Bulls losing a bit of momentum, bearish cross on the stochastic, and attempting to bearishly engulf, but it's really just consolidating in a little range here currently. Yeah, definitely going to wait for some more information to develop on this asset, but if it can hold the $2 level, which doesn't look like it'll be that hard for this asset, the way that it's just bouncing around the $2 range a lot. Maybe we'll start to see more signs of reversal at that point, but for now I'm going to wait for more information to develop before I could really get a better idea on whether this looks bullish or bearish. And alright, I hope you all have a great evening, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.
Looks like there's rain up ahead, like there's a crack in the heavens. Feels like my day could be turning, like I can tell that my luck's gonna change. If you could see me now, I'd probably let you down, but that's enough for me. You got me begging, baby. Looks like I'm on my knees again. Feels like the walls are closing in. Looks like I'm on my knees again. Looks like the tables have turned, like there's a change in the weather. Feels like my time is returning, like I'm about to get out of this cage. If you could see me now, I'd probably let you down, but that's enough for me. You got me begging, baby. Looks like I'm on my knees again. Feels like the walls are closing in. Looks like I'm on my knees Looks like